Hi, I'm Sonia Hoosier. I'm the director at the Archbold Community Library.
And I'm Barty Yupper, the Youth Services Specialist here. We received 2 summer reading grants funded with federal LSTA funds from IMLS awarded by the State Library of Ohio. In 2021, our library utilized the grant funding of $1,122 to purchase the Reader Zone app, which was used to track activities and reading of preschool through high school summer library program participants. The grant also provided us with funding for 8 musical fun programs, which taught early literacy and school readiness skills, as well as instilled the enjoyment of music. We also used grant money to purchase supplies for 8 Messy Monday programs that focused on experiences with all 5 senses while encouraging letter knowledge, fine motor skills, and vocabulary development. These programs were all geared toward 2 to 6-year-olds and their caregivers. Through surveys, we found that over 90% of caregivers learned something new during musical fun programs, that they were confident about what they learned, and they were likely to apply what they learned as well as participate in similar library activities. We also found that children copied the experiences from class at home. Through surveys from the Messy Monday programs, we learned that over 80% of caregivers said that their child learned something new and that they would participate in a similar library activity.
I really like going to Messy Mondays at the park. It was so much fun playing with the things like the colorful cornstarch in the water, digging through potato flakes to find letters, and make little shapes with Kool-Aid Play-Doh. Everything smelled good and felt cool, and I liked using the cookie cutters and measuring cups. It helped me learn how to use my hands better, and I got better at finding letters and making words. I liked being creative and trying new things, and it was okay to get messy. I always look forward to it, and I hope we can do it again.
Okay. We have been attending the library programs for about 6 years now, and it started with my oldest. She's 7, and we had been attending the Messy Mondays and the Musical Mondays and Story Hour, and I feel like that really introduced her to loving the library and also building those classroom skills too for listening to another adult and taking directions. It was fun for her to be with her friends in those programs, and that really helped her develop friendships and also the parents and caregivers. It was fun to see them interacting with their kids, and we really love the programs, and she gets to continue now with her little brother in attending. In 2023, our library utilized the grant funding of $578 with a matching amount of $193 for a total of $771 to purchase, again, the Reader Zone app. It also purchased big books for our family story times, as well as supplies to teach the art of paper making, while we dove into the illustrations of our local author and illustrator, Denise Fleming, and her books. Over 90% of caregivers surveyed said they or their child learned something new by participating in the paper making activities, and that they would participate in a similar library activity. Impressively, over 99% of caregivers agreed that they or their child learned something new by participating in the family story times, and that they would participate in a similar library activity. With such positive survey outcomes, we feel the LSTA funding greatly impacted our library and our community. We have even continued our musical fun programming each summer with the instruments and the manipulatives that were purchased with the grant money. So we thank you for your support.